Hello, my name is So Young, and I am presenting We Are What We Eat. During COVID-19, since March 2020, I have been preparing homemade authentic food, and as is mentioned in my session description, that yes, I brought down all my pills to just one. Okay, here we are during the COVID-19. It was so challenging to go to supermarket. I have waited until 40 minutes outside the line to get into supermarket. And not many restaurants were open for business. So instead of just saying, well, what do I do? There's a problem. We embrace challenges and find the solutions. The photographs you are watching are photos of the food I made it at home. Some of them were salads, soup, and specific Korean food. Whichever the food was, I prepared mostly with natural ingredients, without much condiments, and none of them were frozen or canned food. What I'm trying to say is, we want to put good ingredients in our body. We want to put ointments or cream that is natural as possible. Even we are talking about shampoo that has the least chemical possible, because we are what we eat, and also we are what we put on ourselves. During COVID-19, Queens Public Library in New York start to celebrate 125th anniversary. And as we know, in America, library is a place where we borrow books and movies, and at the same time we get education through programs like a concert and workshops. And during COVID, Queens Public Library asked me to present cooking class online. Some of the dishes that I prepared were vegan dishes, So-young's salad, Korean dishes such as japchae, bibimbap, Korean style chicken soup, samgyetang, and the cold noodle served in the summer called naengmyeon with minari. Minari is one of the Korean movies. You should all watch it. I learned that minari is a Korean watercress and is full of vitamins and minerals, and that's why it is so healthy. And it also represents resilience. Not only are we determined by what we eat and what we use, but during COVID time, we discovered that our being is also determined by in how we respond to our families, neighbors, in the different activities that we take up, and even where we choose to travel to or not. As an educator, this period in my life has been extremely revolutionized. I had to learn quickly how to teach my children remotely. I was Zooming multiple times a day for classes, for meetings, and for many of us it was almost like learning a new language. All of us found that our forced isolation caused us to rethink. Who is our neighbor? And more importantly, how does one follow the golden rule? How do we treat your neighbors as yourselves? Our adoption of the practice of social distancing, of wearing a mask, of taking vaccines, or of not taking them has defined who we are in our society. Every choice has consequences. And so, in conclusion, it is extremely important that we take into account all of the choices we make, because they will determine who we are. Let us wisely begin with what we choose to eat.